I had said I was going to read through the Bible from my grandpa's Bible, and I am now in chapter 4. I'm going to, for purposes of these posts, skip the creation account. But here in chapter 4, we have Adam and Eve get some children, Cain and Abel, and they both brought sacrifices to God. First thing that I've always noticed about that is they knew God, and they knew what God wanted. Abel's sacrifice was accepted, Cain's was not. In verse 6, and the Lord said to Cain, why art thou wroth, and why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. But what was Cain's response? Cain talked with Abel his brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him. And the Lord said unto Cain, where is Abel thy brother? And he said, that is Cain. I don't know. Am I my brother's keeper? Do you realize how insolent that was? Cain knew this was God, and God is calling Cain to account for what he did. And his response was kind of a snotty nose response to God. And that's not unlike today's atheist or deconstructionist thought. I've shown you this comment before. Here we have Cain speaking to God, knowing to whom he's speaking, and he's smart-mouthing off to God himself. And then I think of Pharisees in the New Testament. Jesus cast out demons, healed people, healed a man with a withered hand right in front of the scribes and Pharisees. He made the lame to walk right in front of the scribes and Pharisees. I think it was when Jesus was going to Jerusalem at the end of his ministry, and the scribes and Pharisees asked him for a sign. I mean, have you read John chapter 9 where Jesus healed the man born blind? An indisputable miracle, and look at the response of the scribes and Pharisees. Finally, Jesus raises Lazarus from the dead. Lazarus had been buried for 4 days. He told them to open the tomb, and the people around said, you know, there's going to be a bad smell, because they weren't stupid. They knew what happened when people died. And Jesus said, no, go ahead, open the tomb. And he said, Lazarus, come out. And Lazarus rose from the dead. And what were the scribes and Pharisees' response? We need to do away with Jesus. And by the way, this Lazarus guy raising from the dead is causing a lot of problems too. We need to put him down again. So when people here tell me, well, if God would just show himself to me, or if there would be some proof, I would believe. No, you wouldn't. There is no reason not to believe except a choice not to believe. And for those of us who do believe, love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, self-control, Galatians 5:22 and 23. The first 3 of those, you notice, love, joy, and peace, what everyone is looking for, and there it is right there for you, but you don't want it because you don't want to submit. Yeah, you get me going. Sorry. Genesis chapter 4, and there's more. Oh, but enough for now.